Good evening. 8 Chinese vessels, quote, chased and briefly blocked 4 Philippine ships on a resupply mission to BRP Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal, according to a report. A report from Agence France Presse says 2 Philippine Coast Guard vessels were escorting 2 boats carrying supplies for Filipino troops stationed at BRP Sierra Madre when a Chinese radio operator warned them to leave or face consequences.
Government vessels are not allowed to enter. To avoid miscalculations, leave and keep far off. Otherwise, you will bear full responsibility for all the consequences.
A Chinese Coast Guard ship even came within several meters of BRP Cabra, according to the report. On Tuesday, the National Task Force for the West Philippine Sea said the resupply mission to BRP Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal was successfully conducted despite China's attempts to, quote, block, harass, and interfere with the mission. The Department of Foreign Affairs says the Philippines' activities in the country's exclusive economic zone are not subject to any other country's approval. The statement comes after Chinese Ambassador Wang Xilian said Beijing has a problem with the Philippines' transport of large-scale building materials to BRP Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal. DFA spokesperson Teresita Daza says the rotation and resupply missions to BRP Sierra Madre are legitimate and routine activities in the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. She asserts that the Philippines' exercise of its sovereignty within our maritime zones is not subject to any other country's approval. Meanwhile, Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, says the Philippines need not explain the country's actions in its exclusive economic zone.
Well, I'm not really sure kung ano ang basihan ng ating mabuting ambassador ng People's Republic of China dito sa Pilipinas. But I would like to stress, Ayungin Shoal falls within the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines. It's very distant, napakalayo nito sa China para kanyang desisyonan whether papayagan niya tayong magdala ng construction materials or whatever pang dala natin. We don't need to explain what are the supplies that we need to bring on board BRP Sierra Madre.
National Economic and Development Authority Secretary Areno Balisacan says boycotting Chinese businesses at the height of the tensions in the West Philippine Sea will not work. Balisacan's remarks comes after Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri suggested the Philippines should boycott Chinese products and companies.
I think you have to look at this issue from in a broader scale. I don't think that in the history of the world, that boycott will work. That has been proven many times in the history of nations.
Balisacan echoes the policy of President Bongbong Marcos of being a friend to all and an enemy to none. The NEDA chief further emphasizes the need to use diplomatic channels to address issues.
All these economies, including China, or even particularly China, they are now part of the global value chain. No? Our economy is part of the global value chain. We just have to use the diplomatic channels to get our issues addressed, but the economy must by all costs be protected. That should not be the approach that we take in dealing with our neighbor.
The Department of Education says the prospect of reverting to the original June opening of classes is still unlikely next year. In a Senate hearing, DepEd Assistant Secretary Francis Bringas notes that for school year 2023 to 2024, classes will open on August 29 and will end on June 14 next year. There have been proposals to revert to the pre-pandemic school calendar of June to March following complaints of difficulty holding classes during summer. But Bringas says DepEd is not keen on opening classes in June next year as the end of the coming school year will fall on the same month.
So with this calendar that is stipulated in the DepEd order, we for this next school year, we are not yet looking positively at an opening for June, since we are still ending the school year, the coming school year on June 14, 2024.
Drag queen Pura Luka Vega is now persona non grata in more areas in Central Visayas. In a resolution passed on Tuesday, the Bohol Provincial Board declares Vega as persona non grata due to what it called a, quote, disrespectful portrayal of religious figures. It adds that such portrayal is not conducive to promoting harmony and mutual respect within society. The Mandaue City Council likewise approved a similar resolution on Tuesday. Councilor Malcolm Sanchez, author of the resolution, says he would not condone Vega's action, believing the ama naming performance was a mockery of God. Multiple localities have already declared Vega as, quote, unwelcome, including the city of Manila, Cebu City, Laguna, and Nueva Ecija, among others. Meanwhile, Vega recently held a performance referencing the numerous declarations against them. In videos posted on X, Vega is seen lip-syncing to Taylor Swift's hit song, Look What You Made Me Do, while holding a framed photo of themselves in a costume as the Black Nazarene. In a video, Vega remarks that there should be a separation of the church and the state. The drag artist even challenges more areas to declare them as persona non grata, adding that they don't care. Gilas Filipinas reveals its final 12-man lineup for the Fiba World Cup. Jordan Clarkson and a ferocious frontline that features Kai Sotto, AJ Edu, Japet Aguilar, and Junmar Fajardo banner the roster for the FIBA World Cup. Joining the five are program cornerstone Dwight Ramos, PBA Most Valuable Player Scotty Thompson, and another Ginebra standout Jamie Malonzo. Also making the final 12 are CJ Perez, Kiefer Ravena, and Roger Pogoy, who also saw action in the previous edition of the quadrennial meet held in China. Rounding out the cast is high-leaping swingman and fan favorite Renz Abando. Aguilar is named captain of the Philippine squad that will try to tap the lone Asian ticket to the Summer Olympic Games set in Paris, France next year. World number 41 Philippines will open its campaign against the number 23 Dominican Republic this Friday. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Irvin Santiago ng Bandera. Irvin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the universe, ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Single na single pa rin ngayon ang komedyanteng si Empoy Marquez, pero hindi naman daw siya malungkot o feeling empty kahit na walang jowa. Ayon kay Empoy, medyo na-trauma siya sa huling pakikipagrelasyon, kaya medyo natakot daw siyang manligaw at magka-jowa uli pagkatapos masawi sa pag-ibig. Sa presko ng bagong pelikula ni Empoy na Kidnap for Romance, kung saan first time niyang makakatambal si Christine Reyes, natanong nga kung kumusta ang kanyang love life. Anya, wala raw siyang love life ngayon dahil mula noong nasaktan ay natakot na siyang magmahal uli. Pero naniniwala siya na darating din ang tamang panahon na ibibigay sa kanya ni Lord ang tamang babae para sa kanya. Samantala, pinatotohanan naman ni Empoy ang matagal ng kapaniwalaan sa mundo ng showbiz na lapitin talaga sa mga babae ang mga tulad niyang komedyante. Birong sabi ng binata, may mga pagkakataon na siya na ang umiiwas sa mga babaeng lumalapit at nagkakagusto sa kanya, kahit daw ganun ang kanyang pagmumuka. May sarili rin daw siyang style sa panliligaw sa mga girls, pero hindi siya sure kung effective nga ito.
Hindi naman maikakaila, pero siyempre ikaw pa rin ang iiwas. Iiwas.
So ilan ang iniwasan mo?
Yung ganitong pagmumukha May ganung pagkakataon mo na hindi naman maiiwas. Siyempre pagka hindi mo sila pinansin sa baka sabihin, you've changed.
Wow!
Nanililigawan ka ba ngayon?
Wala ngayon.
Or this year, like
Plano ko na yan.
At yan ang Bandera Chika natin today. Thanks, Neil.
Maraming salamat Sir Irvin. Here's the latest roundup of today's top stories. Department of Foreign Affairs says Philippines' activities in our territory are not subject to any other country's approval. Department of Education rules out opening of classes in June for 2024. And Jordan Clarkson and Kai Sotto lead Gilas Filipinas' Final 12 for the Fiba World Cup. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.